point. But D'Amico again hired a great offensive coordinator. He has a great offensive coordinator. Same thing with Detroit, right?
An amazing draft too, by the way.
Amazing
An
draft.
amazing draft. Detroit has some great drafts as well. Both of those, those GMs have done great jobs of both those teams.
Yeah. They just again, I'm not mad at the Falcons for not hiring Belichick, but I'll be mad if this just goes south really quick. If
what is really quick? Let's segue into our Falcons and
sure.
to put a bow on the Belichick situation. I do hope Belichick is in the job. I do think that he is unfairly demonized for having good players around him when other coaches have good players around him and don't have nowhere near the success he's had. So they'll have good players and they don't have 300 wins. They've had good players around them, better players. They might not have had Tom Brady. And I think that's what the problem is. People say, oh, well, you had the greatest quarterback, but greatest quarterback you have to be able to foster that. We've seen a lot of talent wasted in this league, and people get no credit for capitalizing on the talent, but will get the blame if they waste the talent. So I don't really like under that. Belichick could never get credit for anything under that, right? Like if you give those kind of if you don't give him credit because he has a Hall of Fame quarterback, he could never get credit. He could only get blamed. Like you're setting up a situation where he could never benefit. It will only be negative, negative, negative. Meanwhile, you're still one of only 3 human beings who's ever walked the earth with 300 games. So I feel like Coach Belichick should get another job. GM Belichick should not. And that's kind of where I'll end on that.
I think it's perfect.
Segue into the Falcons situation, because I was mad about the Belichick situation, only because of what you just said, though. Mm-hmm. Any team that passed on this, whether it's Belichick or these coaches that have had success, your coach better have success.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you decided to run with these other guys. These guys better come out here, because what you're going to look stupid for is not taking the obvious thing. You know what I mean? Because what it seems like too obvious, and then in your head, you think yourself out of obvious situations.